Hey, what's up, everyone? I am the Asian Slick Slayer, and you are watching Slick Slayer Gaming, and I want to bring you some new content, something that's not just highlights, something that's kind of just a voiceover over some gameplay, kind of talking about my thoughts of whatever. So I'm going to call this series Slick Thoughts. I know what you're thinking. It is not THOT. It is, thoughts like in your mind. So one thing, that I've been really thinking about a lot is, why Division 2 keeps bringing me back. Why do I love that game so much? Why do I enjoy it? And I think it has to go all the way back to Division 1. I really had a lot of fun with Division 1. I went through the story, and I know there was a lot of drama with E3 trailer not being the same and blah, 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 blah. But let's face it, a lot of E3 trailers aren't like that, and we shouldn't believe them. We should wait till we see it and then make our judgments. Even when there's a final beta version or whatever, it's still beta. So we need to understand that we don't judge the game on that, and hopefully you're able to be on a platform that you can do returns on. Anyways, with Division 1, what I enjoyed the most about it was you felt like a hero within the city. You're going through these missions. There wasn't a real skill barrier to just dive in and enjoy the content. And my wife, girlfriend at the time, my wife and I played a lot of Division 1 together, and it was just really fun to go through the missions together and watch her build her character and talk about what she likes to run with versus what I like to run with. And there's, I didn't understand how to build a character that well in Division 1, but that didn't matter. I still could enjoy survival mode. I still could enjoy the underground, and I had a lot of fun with Division 1. And when Division 2 came out, I was a little bit, worried about it, like, okay, how can they make this game even, better? The gameplay for me, third-person perspective, is a little bit slow. And I feel like, it's not as exciting as first person. And jumping into, Division 2, the beta, I really did actually have the same amount of fun and enjoyment as it did Division 1. And then when the game fully released, I wanted to be in it. I wanted to learn as much as I can, be a part of the community and everything. So I started, following their live stream channels and everything, and I've discovered they actually do state of the game, and they've been doing that since Division 1. And I thought for a live service game, we have Destiny, Division, Warframe, Anthem, maybe. I think it's really cool that when the developers kind of talk to you about what's going on with the game, I feel like that builds a lot of confidence, and especially when they're willing to just admit that they have some failures in it and that they're working on it. I think that's even better. And so watching Division 2 state of the game, they talk about bugs first and what they're doing or when they should expect to fix them, and current downtime for the game. They talk about new content that's coming out in detail of what you should expect for that content as much as they can say. And then they go on to do agent highlights, which I think is actually pretty cool. If you go on their forums and you show something cool, it might make it on their live stream, which for me, I think that's really amazing. That is really cool. And I don't know if I'll ever get there, but I think it's nice. Now, I know they had some issues with their raid, but it's their first raid. Come on. And going through the raid, I've made it up to the last boss, and I'm pretty excited about this discovery mode to try it out. And I commend them for not saying we're going to water the raid down, we're not going to add matchmaking or whatever. They stuck to their guns even though the community was crying for it. I respect that, because going through the raid, yeah, you do need communication. You do need to know what to do, and you need people to listen. And if you're going in a bunch of strangers that don't have a mic or won't listen, you're going to have a bad time, as some of my friends have discovered. So with that, I do think with the discovery mode being added and matchmaking being added, I really do think they should they should just make matchmaking all the way around. Um, People need to understand, you know, the situation they're going into, and if they want to do matchmaking into the full-blown raid and try to go through that chaos, you know, Godspeed to them. Thank God there is a discovery mode. Now, I've heard that it nerfs some of the mechanics, so you don't really know and learn how to do the raid, but I still think it's a great feature. Now, moving forward, they do have a lot of bugs whenever they do a big update. And what I really love about this latest kind of update or latest, you know, piece of information they released to us is they make a thread called The Rocky History of the Reviver Hive. And this is in their forums on their website. And what I think is really cool is they go into detail saying, yes, we know the Hive has been shit and it sucks. And we are working on it. And then they go into detail on how they are working on it, how they go and try to figure it out. It says, you know, one example here is it says the Reviver Hive is reliant on the overall Revive system. While looking into the issues that were reported, we found a bunch of other problems in other systems that would interact with the functionality of the skill. Reliance on other systems made it easy to implement the skill, but complicated to find workarounds. So they go into detail on what they discovered, how they fix it, and that they currently still have an issue with it. And, you know, they end with the whole thing saying, we are hoping that this tale of the Reviver Hive can give you better insight on how complex it is to find out where bugs come from, but also how much work the developer put into fixing them. And I think that really helps. You know, they talk about they're still working on it. There's still some systems that they need to fix and work on. And I think it's really, really great. Because it gives you an insight. When something happens, it's people, you know, I say it all the time. Freaking fix this, hurry up, fix this. Oh my God, Ubisoft, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. But they are. And they have teams that are working on it, as well as teams that are developing new content. So as they come up with a fix, the new content, you know, since they may not be in easy communication with each other, the teams that are working, the new content may break what they just fixed or reiterate what they just fixed. So with these live for service games, I think what is important for both the community and the developers is the community needs to understand that with updates, you know, there's going to be issues because there's multiple teams working on this. One, to keep the game going, and two, to create new content. And we need to understand that stuff's going to happen. And the developers need to understand that, you know, when they release something, it has to be ready to go. When a live service goes, you know, when a game goes live, they need to stop saying we're going to patch it later, because that becomes a snowball, and then you end up with a lot of problems, because as you're keeping the game going, you're also creating new content, and if you have a lot of issues that you have to fix while you're keeping the game going, the new content could just snowball upon those issues and create more problems, and people don't want to have fun, you know. And so what I think developers need to do is just more of this. And if I am wrong, if Division is not the only one. I know Warframe, they do some live content. They pretty much have streams every week, actually, multiple streams every week for each platform that they're on, which is really amazing because they're on, 4 now? Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and Nintendo Switch. So, you know, I commend Warframe for being a free-to-play game and keeping up that, you know, communication with the community, as well as doing community highlights. And I feel like, you know, that's what these live service games need. They need the connection to that community, saying, hey, just so you know, we're working on this. This is the new content. We are alive and kicking. I do understand if something happens, like a failed launch, you know, developers may want to go dark. I understand that. But I feel like for a live for service game, from a big developer, that might not be the best idea, you know? And I'm not going to really, I've already kind of mentioned a few, you know, one name, really, that's kind of, you know, not given a lot of confidence in its future. So, you know, to sum it all up, I love Division 2 because they're close to the community. They, you know, will stick to their guns when they think something is best for the community. And when they do that, it's overall not going to be it's not taking away from the community, right? They're not saying, well, you can't do this because you didn't pay or you didn't get this certain level or whatever. I do think the year one pass kind of sucks, but whatever, it is what it is. And other than that, like I said, I love the Division 2 because I just feel powerful in it. I can go around all over the world and just have fun. And yeah, those are my slick thoughts on why I like and love the Division 2. Thank you for listening. If you have any comments, ideas, drop them in the comments section. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and tell me how this first part of this series goes. You like it? Why do you like it? It sucks. Why does it suck? Give me that feedback. Be as cruel as you can, or be as honest and real as you can. I can take it. Okay, this is just a comment section. All right. And as always, stay slick out there, guys. Love you. Bye.